The way we speak is constantly evolving, changing with the times, changing with the trends, and no generation has had a greater impact on the English language than Gen Z. You could argue that millennials were the first generation to use the internet and social media to their advantage. But Gen Z, they were born into it. They're digital natives. They speak in a different way online, and their influence is seeping into the real world. The way we speak today is drastically different from the way our parents or grandparents spoke. And chances are the way we speak will continue to change. So here are just a few ways Gen Z and TikTok are changing the way we speak. 1. Slang. TikTok has given us some great slang words that have found their way into everyday conversations. For example, chuggy, which means outdated, or stan, which means an obsessive fan. And these words wouldn't have found mainstream popularity if it weren't for TikTok. But the slang on TikTok is often quite absurd and random. It's hard to keep up with it all. So the structure of the language is also changing. 2. Sentence structure. When texting or talking to friends, Gen Z often uses phrases like "I literally" or "I just" at the beginning of sentences. This is something that would have been frowned upon by teachers just a decade ago. In fact, it still is. But this generation doesn't care. They're tired of sounding formal. They want to sound casual. And what's more casual than texting? And they do this not only with their friends, but with strangers as well. 3. They don't care about sounding smart. This generation isn't afraid to use the wrong word or to mumble. They speak quickly and they speak off the cuff. They don't care about sounding smart or articulate. And that's led to a decline in formal language. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Language should be used to express oneself, not to impress others. But it's led to some pretty interesting conversations. 4. They're bringing back old words. Gen Z has found a lot of joy in bringing back old words that describe things we don't really have a word for in modern times. Take, for example, the word groovy. It was popular in the 60s and 70s, but now it's making a comeback, thanks to tic-tac. It's a word that's often used to describe something really cool. Another word that's making a comeback is whack. It's often used to describe something that's not cool. And these are just 2 examples of many. This generation is changing the way we speak, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. The English language has changed dramatically since the 1900s, and a lot of that has to do with technology and social media. And while some people might not like the way we speak today, it's important to remember that this is how every generation spoke when they were younger. So the next time someone says yeet or sus, don't get angry. Just accept it and move on. These are the types of changes that happen in every generation. It's just a part of growing up. This has been a minute. See you next time.